My older brother Joseph was really my first mentor, and shrimp scampi was something we made all the time. I was really proud to be able to follow his mentorship and make shrimp scampi every night. It was a beautiful thing. Just simple, broiled, compound butter, lemon juice, parsley, garlic, really good. I'm going to show you how to do a couple things here. First, we're going to start with some roasted garlic. When we roast garlic, it comes very, very sweet. It doesn't have that pungent acidity that raw garlic has, although we're going to use both raw and roasted to give it the sweetness of the roasted and that spiciness of the raw. Very simple. We take 6 heads of garlic. We just take off a little bit of the top, put them in a foil, a little bit of salt, then some of our basic vegetable oil, drizzle, not too much. And then just make a papillote or a package. We'll seal it, we'll fold it a couple times here at the edge. And this is going to, is it called roasted or is it steaming? It's roasting and steaming. Bring the edges in. Edges in. There we go. 350 degrees, 45 minutes at least. We have our beautiful roasted garlic here. You can see how it has caramelized and crusted itself against the foil. It's a lot of sugar there. So we just take our garlic. We have our drum sieve here. We're going to pass it through the sieve to remove any of the little paper maybe that be stuck to it to get a beautiful roasted garlic puree. And we're just going to squeeze it. Squeeze, squeeze. All of that beautiful garlic out of there. I'm happy with that. Now this is a great condiment to have. You can make this in abundance and put it in your refrigerator. It'll last for at least a week or two. Go ahead with our bench scraper. We love these. We always carry these around in our kitchens. And that's how easy it goes right through there. You see that? Okay. There we have it pass through. Any of the garlic paper won't pass through. So what you have here is just a beautiful puree. And you can use that for a lot of different things, making vinaigrettes, making sauces. It's just really a wonderful condiment to have available to you. The roasted garlic has a nice sweet garlic flavor. You still taste the garlic, really prominent. It doesn't have that spice, that heat that we're used to on raw garlic. We have our butter here. We talked about that, beurre pommade, or butter that we let soften to almost a mayonnaise consistency. We're gonna go ahead and grate some raw garlic in there. We want to have a little bit of raw garlic in there. So we like that heat a little bit, but not too much. The recipe is going to be in our workbook, so not to be concerned about that. I love using these rasp graters for this. The only thing that ends up smelling like garlic is your fingers. You can see how fine it is. You'll never get it that fine. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's a challenge for most chefs. They would then chop it that fine and show it to me. It'll take you a while to get it that fine with a knife, put it that way. So just the only challenge is getting all that garlic out of there. But you always grate a little more than you need because you always have a little wasted. And then we add our roasted garlic paste. Now, this may be very personal for you. You may want more raw garlic or more roasted garlic. Mix that up. Get our parsley in there, chopped parsley. This is chopped Italian parsley. Salt. Remember, our butters are always sweet. In other words, they're unsalted. We never use salted butter. We'll go ahead and put it all in there. And then a little bit of lemon juice. Make sure I remove those seeds. I never squeeze really hard. I'll squeeze gently, as there are certainly more seeds in there, and I want to be able to see them as they become evident. Yes. I get a little hint of raw garlic, the sweetness of the roasted. Here we have our scampi butter, roasted garlic, raw garlic, chopped Italian parsley, salt, and lemon juice. I'm going to show you something we didn't have when I was at the Palm Beach Yacht Club, but something that's beautiful. It adds flavor in any way you want, whether it's to fish or poultry. In this case, we're going to use it on our shrimp scampi. And that is going to be a lemon salt. Grate with my rasp grater, just the skin of a clean lemon, and grate it right into the salt. You see how lightly I'm grating. It's almost just, you can just go once over that area, move it, turn it one more time. It's just very gentle, not putting a lot of pressure. See, as I'm going around, barely removing just that very, very first part of the surface of the skin. We've done this with oranges, limes, grapefruit. Of course, the salt will almost immediately pull all of the moisture out of the little bit of lemon zest that I'm putting in here. Evaporate. The salt will become flavored with the lemon zest, and you'll have lemon salt. And here we go. We'll just go ahead, mix that in there. Maybe you can see it. There you go. Lemon salt. Now we have all of our basics for our shrimp scampi. We have some beautiful shrimp here. We're going to go ahead and broil them with our compound butter. Finish it with our beautiful lemon salt and a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. So at Bouchon, we make compound butters every day. The most versatile one that we make there is a butter called Maître d'Hôtel, which is a butter much like our scampi butter here, except it doesn't have the garlic in it. It's just sweet butter, salt, parsley, and lemon juice. And we roll those into a log of a specific diameter, and every steak frite that's served has a little ruelle of compound butter on it. Take a little bit of film. I'm going to go ahead and have that surface there. We'll fold over a little bit on the edge and go ahead and place the amount of butter I want. Now, the diameter is really up to you, depending on what you're using it for. So I folded it so that when I unwrap it, I see there's a place for me to start. Because it's doubled over, it actually is very evident. I'm going to go ahead and make my first fold over. And this is where I'm going to form the diameter. Bring it back into itself. Hopefully you can see that. Let's see if I can do it with this hand. Just holding it and pushing it, compressing it. Again, compressing it in plastic is what we're doing, okay? I get to the diameter that I'm happy with. I'm gonna go fold again and just roll it into itself, putting a light amount of pressure on here. And then stretching, and that's very important, that stretch. And then go ahead, as I'm stretching, now I'm going to twist. And there we go. You can see, I'm going to go ahead and tie it, and I'll show you how firm that gets. And when I tie it, bring it in, and I'm going to pull as I'm pushing. And the other end. And you can see how tight that is. Nice and compressed. Again, pull and push. There we go. We have our butter ready to broil our scampi with. And just to show you where I folded it over, you can see, and it becomes evident. So you can start to grab it there. When you cut it in portions, you'll be able to pull that off and see that. We're gonna go ahead and put this in the refrigerator and get it firm, then we'll come back and make our scampi. We're gonna finish our shrimp scampi. We'll take a little bit of our vegetable oil, just a drop or two. The bottom of our gratin dish. Then just sprinkle some breadcrumbs in there. Just to give it a little support, a little base for your shrimp. And we're going to butterfly our shrimp and set them right on top. And what I'm doing is I'm just taking my deveined shrimp, cleaned, my knife, laying it on the side, putting light pressure, and just going down. Opening it up. Wrapping it into itself. And setting it in. Take my knife, right down where the vein is, take it right down. Almost to where the shell of the tail begins. Fold it into itself. Again. Same thing. Continue until you filled your gratin dish. We would have dozens of these made ahead of time in our refrigerator, covered with plastic wrap, and just ready to go into the broiler. Okay. So we want to keep all of our meat exposed so that as it's broiling, it's cooking it evenly. And just cut our rounds of butter. I'm just going to sprinkle a few breadcrumbs on top of that. Not much, just a little bit. Go ahead and put it on my sheet pan and cook it underneath the broiler. It goes very quickly. I'm already seeing the tip of the tail starting to get really dark from the broiler. My butter is melted, the shrimp are cooking, the breadcrumbs are crisping up a little bit. Just momentarily, we'll be ready to go. Okay, we're gonna pull it out and see how quick that was. Again, the aroma's coming off of that, sizzling. The raw garlic, the sweet garlic, the toasted breadcrumbs. And finish it with a little bit of our lemon salt. I love to cook it this way. This is the way I was taught. My brother, the memory of it, nostalgic of it. But there are quicker ways. You could take your shrimp, you could take your butter, saute it quickly in a saute pan and finish with breadcrumbs. Perfectly okay. Squeeze a little bit of lemon on it, you're ready to go. Whether it's in a gratin dish or in a saute pan, however you want to do it, make it yours. Shrimp scampi, ready to eat.